She never imagined her life would end up standing at an altar, wearing a wedding dress that felt more like a shroud than a symbol of love. At 21, Elena had dreams. Small, fragile dreams of painting, traveling, and marrying someone she actually loved. But life had been merciless to her family. Her father had grown sick, the bills piled up like mountains, and creditors came knocking every week. And then one day, quietly, without asking for her consent, her parents made a decision that would change her future forever. They arranged her marriage to a man nearly twice her age, a wealthy widower with a reputation for being distant and cold. They told her it was the only way to save the family. They told her she had no choice. They told her it's just life. So now she stood in a grand cathedral, its golden chandeliers shining with cruel beauty. The walls echoed with whispers, some sympathetic, some judgmental. She kept her gaze down, trying to keep her tears from falling, but they betrayed her anyway, sliding silently down her trembling cheeks. "Poor girl," someone whispered behind her. "She's so young. She didn't have a say. Her life is over." Each sentence hit her like a stone. She felt so small, so powerless. Her parents stood near the front row, refusing to look her in the eyes. And then there was him, Alexander Armitage, 52, wealthy, respected, untouchable. He stood at the altar like a statue carved from dignity and sorrow. His first wife had died years ago, rumors said. After that, he withdrew from society, choosing silence over companionship. Elena had spoken to him only twice before the wedding. Both times he'd been polite but distant. She could tell he didn't want this arranged marriage any more than she did. But he had agreed. That thought alone filled her with dread. The organ music began. Her heart felt like it was shattering. She forced herself to walk down the aisle. Every step felt heavier than the last. When she finally reached him, she dared to glance at his face. He didn't look angry, or eager, or possessive. He looked sad, as if he too carried a weight that crushed him. But she didn't have the luxury of analyzing him. The ceremony began. She answered the vows in the quietest voice imaginable. He replied with a calm, gentle tone. And before she knew it, it was time to sign the papers. The pen nearly slipped from her trembling hand. The moment her name touched the page, she felt something break inside her. She wasn't Elena anymore. She was someone's possession. At least that's what she believed. That night, after hours of greetings, photos, and forced smiles, she was escorted to what would now be her home. A lavish mansion filled with antique furniture, silence, and shadows. Her new room was beautiful. Too beautiful. She didn't belong in it. The dress she wore suddenly felt suffocating. Her heartbeat thundered in her ears. She sat on the edge of the bed, fingers gripping the sheets so tightly her knuckles turned white. She was terrified of what was supposed to come next, the wedding night. She had heard enough stories to make her imagination torture her. The doorknob turned. Her breath caught. Alexander entered the room slowly. She couldn't look at him. Fear pinned her down. For a long moment he said nothing. Then a soft sigh escaped him. "Elena," he said gently, as if speaking to a frightened bird. "I know you're scared." She froze. He stayed near the door, keeping his distance. No predatory steps. No demanding tone. Just patience. Then he did something she never expected. He sat down, not beside her, but on a chair across the room, giving her space. His posture was calm. His hands rested on his knees. His eyes were kind. "I need you to understand one thing," he continued quietly. "You are not a prisoner here." Her eyes widened. She finally looked up at him. "You didn't choose this marriage," he said. "Neither did I." That confused her. He noticed. "This arrangement," he explained, "was created to protect both of us. Your family needed help, and he paused, searching for the right words. "After my wife passed, I became the target of a long list of people eager to manipulate my grief, my fortune, and my name. Your parents approached me with honesty and desperation, and I wanted to help." She stared at him, stunned. He offered a small, gentle smile. "But I would never take advantage of you. Never." Her breath trembled. "You can sleep peacefully tonight," he said. "I won't touch you. I won't demand anything from you." He stood up slowly, careful not to startle her. "And one more thing." His voice softened even further. "I know you care for someone else. Your heart is young. It has its own choices. I won't chain it. I won't chain you." She felt tears rush to her eyes. "I will help you find your happiness," he said. "That's my promise." She covered her mouth with her hand, overwhelmed. He walked toward the door, pausing only once more. "Elena, you deserve freedom, respect, and kindness. If this marriage must exist only on paper to protect your future, then so be it. I will honor that." The door closed softly behind him, and for the first time that day, she didn't cry from fear, but from relief. Weeks passed. Their household found a strange, gentle rhythm. Alexander treated her not as a wife, not as a burden, but as a human being, with patience and sincerity. He encouraged her to return to painting. He placed fresh flowers in her studio every morning. He ensured she had no obligations, no expectations, no pressure. He spoke to her respectfully, always keeping a polite distance. He protected her reputation publicly, so no one would dare question or ridicule her. One afternoon, while she painted near the window, sunlight warming her face, she realized something. For the first time in years, she felt safe. Not owned, not trapped, safe. And it wasn't because she married a rich man. It was because she married a good one. A man who understood suffering. A man who didn't mistake power for love. A man who knew that kindness is the greatest gift one can offer. Months later, Elena stood on a balcony overlooking the garden. The wind played with her hair, carrying the scent of roses. She wasn't the same frightened girl from the wedding day. She had choices now. She had a voice. She had freedom. And she finally understood something profound. Sometimes life places the right person in the wrong role. Sometimes the one who enters your life as a stranger, or even as an unwanted obligation, becomes the person who shows you the humanity you never knew you deserved. Alexander never tried to win her heart. He simply respected it, and that alone changed her world. She smiled softly. For the first time in her life, she felt hope. Not because someone saved her, but because someone believed she deserved to be free. And that belief became the beginning of her true life.